What's up, everybody? This is your girl EJ, and really quickly, because I'm giving you HR vibes, right? It's a collar, it got stars on it. It's very much HR. Very much you hate to see me coming up the hallway, because I'm checking. I'm checking. So as you guys know, I'm very open about my job history, about getting fired. It's what I do. And a lot of you know that my background is medical clerical, which is why you see scrubs and things like that in my videos. But I do have some sort of expertise of knowing when a job is toxic, as well as knowing when it's time to leave. So I wanted to give you guys 5 indicators of when it may be time to walk away. Now don't go to your job just quitting talking about some EJ said, because I don't have nowhere to employ you. Don't do that. Be sensible. So the first indicator that you may need to leave your job is your talk of your job. If every time you open your mouth about your job, it's I hate my job, I hate my coworkers, I hate my pay, then that's a very big indicator. Keep in mind that when you start saying I hate my job, it's normally not for one offense. You know, you get rolled up for being tardy, you don't say I hate my job. You have a small misunderstanding with your coworker, you don't say I hate my job. So when you start speaking like that, things have piled up, and girl, it may be time to leave. The second indicator that you may need to switch jobs or leave the current job you have is how it affects you. If when you pull up to your job, you got to sit out in the parking lot for a while because you have to mentally prepare yourself every single time you come to work. No, ma'am, that's not good. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If you pulling up on the parking lot and your stomach is messed up, you farting and you nauseous and you got to throw up, take a pregnancy test first. And then if it's negative, it's probably the job. That's an indicator that you need to leave. The next indicator I feel, is debatable. You know, some people may dispute this, but if you are going to a job that is not covering your bills, it's not because you have a lot of bills. It's not because you're in bankruptcy or you got a specific thing that's just taking all of your money. The job is simply not paying enough and you are miserable because you feel like you are overcompensating yourself. You are giving yourself and committing yourself to this job, and yet the return on it is trash. So now you're angry, not because you can't go out to eat or you can't travel or you can't go on vacation. You can't pay your bills. You can't pay your cell phone. You can't pay your lights, and you have a job. You may need to go ahead and turn in your notice, because if y'all can't pay me no more than this, then I can't give you no more of myself. Another indicator is if you have modified, if you have changed everything that you can for the sake of this job and you are still miserable. What I'm saying is if you change your attitude and you say, okay, I'm going to go in with a smile. I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Even Lisa, because Lisa is a messy helper and she don't deserve for me to say good morning, but I'm going to say good morning for me. Because if it get ugly, I'm gonna bop her upside her head and see I don't want to do this. So I'm gonna good morning to everyone. Yes, even you, Lisa. You're changing the way you treat people. You're changing your schedule, because maybe you've been miserable because you feel swamped, but really you're not swamped. You're just mismanaging your time. So now you wake up early to get there. You're doing your work on schedule. And so that changes. You even change the way you spend the money that you get from that job because, you thought, oh, I didn't get paid enough, but really I do. It was my spending. And so you make all of these modifications and you are still miserable. That's an indicator that it may be time for you to leave. Because, sometimes we don't wait until it gets bad. Sometimes we can recognize that something is wrong and we'll go to HR and say, hey, can you help me with this situation? We'll go to our supervisor and say, hey, can you move me? Because I'm gonna bop Sheila. Can you move me? We do all of these things, to make sure that it doesn't get bad. And sometimes it just doesn't work. And last but not least, if every time you talk about your job, you think about your job, it alters your mood. It changes your mood. Like you're fine and then somebody mentions your job. Now you're ready to fight. If you want to be Mike Tyson, just say that. And you wake up in the morning and you got to fight to get yourself out of bed. Not because you can't move, but because the weight of that job is literally just kind of laying on your chest. You get out of bed and it's just this dark cloud over you because you got to go to this place that you hate. Your mom, your friends asking you how's work. And, instead of even answering, you just let out all the air from your body. didn't really have a lot of air to spare because I would have went longer, but you get what I'm saying. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you it's time to leave. I'm an expert at getting fired. I really can't tell you nothing about quitting or just up and leaving, because they just up and have me escorted out. So I don't know. I'm just saying, here are some indicators that you may want to identify. And if you can positively identify them, then it may be time to look for other options. Now, let me also say something from personal experience. A lot of you are miserable at a job because you have a passion to do something else. So they could pay you the best money. You could have the best coworkers. You could have the best benefits and work under the best circumstances, and you would still find something wrong because your passion caused you to do something else. So keep that in mind as well. If you're saying, well, I don't have any of these indicators, but I'm still not happy, that could very well be why. And then, some of us is just lazy. We really don't want to work, and so we just find something wrong with the job, but it really don't be nothing wrong with the job. It be us. So, keep that in mind too. Now, as always, I want to hear from you guys. If you have left a toxic work environment, what were the indicators? How did you know it was time to leave your job? Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. This is your girl, EJ, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.